Hey everybody, this is part 2. I ran out of time on the other one. I'm like, I gotta remember that for some reason my phone won't let me go more than 30 minutes to do a video, so I gotta remember that. But what I wanted to show you was just a little bit of what I'm gonna do to finish the touch-ups, like on the whiteout. Hopefully I can get this whiteout to work. It's like if I can put some whiteout on there, because I used to do this before. Put whiteout on the picture and to make it glow little dents, like you break, you do it to break the black line work, like here and here, and it adds a little shine to everything. And then up here, let's see, I got it up here already, but if I don't know if Wolverine has shine on his head or not, but on the yellow part. And then here and some stuff here. And see, all I have to do is just do erase and everything, like I showed you earlier on video part 1. If I wanted to add a little texture to it, I could do that. And like if I had the symbol on there, the way Simon Bianchi did it, he put the glow on the symbol and everything, make it look like it's shiny. But this is the yellow part of the uniform here, and then you got the dark blue here. And like I said, if I want to do so, I want to do some more, I can do, I try to make it look like the blades are just, I don't want them to, really, I don't know if I should make them glow like the new version of Wolverine right now, or have them metal. I think I'm going to try to get them to look metal. So I'd have to put lines, like see the lines here with the, and let me make sure I get my, trying to hold the camera, the lines that you have on here, and the little shiny squiggly lines, everything, I have to put them along the blade so you can see it on there. And then I can do some whiteout to put a shine on it. And I smeared the background with the smear stick here, with a smear stick, so you could see this, and it looks like they're glowing and popping out. But if I put the shine on it and put the line work on it, like down here, it just looks like it's shining in the sunlight, because the light's coming from this direction and going that way, because the way I have it shaded, everything, the shading in the background, see the top of the head there and the back of the neck, everything, so the shading's going that way. So if I do it that way and put the line on this side and have this side, maybe I'll erase the line mostly on this side so I can have it be a shine, and I'll smear the outer part so I don't have to put a line there. But it's kind of hard because I got my ruler, got my yard ruler here to try to get the line work and everything, but it's kind of hard to get it exactly right. So I'm just using a pencil and like sketching it in and everything, and I'll try to erase it in a straight line to make it more straighter and everything, so it looks more like claws. But I can use this on the outside of it once I get the shine marks, put these little black lines on there, or dark lines, to make a squiggly line, to make it, you can see the blade. You know, when you look at a knife, even when you're looking at my the yardstick here, or 18-inch ruler here, the little shines on it and the black line, you can see. If I can do a whiteout on this to make it look like metal. But and I smear it with this here, the smear stick, to give it a little gray look to it too. So I'm gonna pause and I'll come right back. Yeah, you can see here I shortened the blades. I had them going way up, and like I said, I see some artists draw them really long, and I'm thinking it looks so cool. Like Mike Deodato, I see him, he draws them really long, but I'm thinking I don't know where they would actually go in the arm. I've seen them drawn really short too, like Jim Chung has drawn them really short, and they look like they're like maybe a foot long, and maybe the longest one is 15 inches long or something like that. You look at your forearm and you wonder like where the when you do your arm and everything, where the blades are going to go, and he can't. I mean, if his fist is like this, they're not going to be able to go out. So when like I've seen the different internal things of Wolverine where the blades are in his forearm. So I mean, when he just clenches and everything, and they come through his hand, out of his hand, out the knuckle part and everything. So he's got to keep. He can't do it like that because they'll stick out of his bottom of his hand there, or inside of his hand. So he can't go like that. I think they would shoot out of his wrist there. So he's got to keep it straight. So I think how long they're going to be. I mean, everybody thinks about that. You sit there. It looks cool, though, when you see them long like that, like Simon Beyonce here. Look how long the blades are. Everything. I guess you could look at his, and the center one's always the longest one. And when you look and see, I guess if it's done how artistically, and I mean, you can see the length of them, to see if they would fit right here in his forearm and everything. But I don't know. It just looks cool. It looks cool when they're long like that. But for this one, I'm going to draw them shorter. And like I said, I put some white on the picture, and I went through and I hardened the line around the edges and everything to make the blade look a little bit longer, and then come back. Simon, I see he's got like a little hook. He did a little hook on him. And I guess everybody can do something a little different and everything. Imagine that coming out of your wrist, though. Out of your arm. Like you said, Wolverine says, does that hurt? And he said, every time. So, I mean, but it heals and everything. And he's dealt with so much pain, he can deal with it. But I'm trying to erase these. And if I can, I don't want to put too much on this side, because, and I'm get the points just right. And I got to smear this all here so you can see, so it covers up those lines and everything like that. But if I can make the line a little thinner here, so the blade doesn't look too thick, or the line doesn't look too thick on the bottom of it, it'll look better. And I'm sorry, I'm missing, but I'm just trying to go through and just get this just right. But hopefully you're enjoying this. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm gonna keep doing this. And like I said, the first video, I'm uploading it right now as I'm filming this. I ran out of time. I'm like, I wanted to try to do it in one video. But hopefully you enjoyed. The other one's like almost like 29 minutes long, a little bit more than that. And I ran out of time like when I got close to 30. So now I'm doing this one. This one won't be too much longer because I'm almost done with this. But I got to try to get these to look right. And if I can smear the edges with this here, I can see if I can smear this here. Then I can erase the dark line that I have. And let's see. And I'm a lefty, so I'm trying. I guess I can do it with this. I can control it enough with my right hand to try to get this all up. But I want to darken the edges a little bit, make it look like a little energy coming off. Like I can just spray this out like this and just go wild with the background here and make it look like it's glowing and stuff. I can do all that with it, but I can go through and use the eraser to put more line work in it, like lightning coming out of it or something like that. But there's no energy on Wolverine, so I don't want to do too much. I guess it just depends on what you want to do with your art and experimentation and everything. But so if like I said, I do this like this, you can see it's forming the other side of the blade. But it just looks, if I make it straight enough, it'll make the blade look like it's there. And even though I didn't put a pencil line on it. So, and I'll end up erasing this line up here for the points and everything. I wanted to put it there so I could smear around it. And the thicker I make the line, the harder I make the line, the more I can use it to smear and make the area around it darker. If I make it real light, I won't have enough to smear. Like this one, you got to have some pencil lead on it. So you want to get some more, you go over here, smear this, make it darker, then you can come over here and see, make that darker, see. But if you don't have any of these, Q-tips work really well too. I've seen them used. I used to use them years ago all the time when I drew all the time. But that's that right there. So let me try to, let me pause it. I got to get a GoPro so I can continue to show you, because if I didn't have if I had a GoPro sitting over my shoulder, I could just show you the whole thing. And I wouldn't even speed it up. I would take a little bit of time because I like watching George Perez draw. He was drawing, and it took like, he was drawing for an hour, and I watched the whole video, seeing him erase, draw, erase, and smear, and he, awesome. Any of the artists, Dave Finch, Jim Lee, just watching them draw is so cool. But I like to even do that, like even have a channel a separate channel from this and just collector do draws or something like that. But here, let me pause it and I'll come back after I fix these claws up here. Okay, I did a few points at the top there. I did them and then I erased them and then did them again, trying to smear this so it has the point there and everything. And I'm not sure how much I need to leave, but I'm going to try to go through and put like a little lines on there so you can see that it is blades. Oop, hold the camera right so I can just get, so you can see the blade line, everything. And I'm not sure how that looks. It's like when I look at it, I just want to use a smear stick on it and everything because it doesn't look quite right. I don't want it to look like straw or something like that. It's got to have something on it to make it look like it's a shine and not just line work or something like that, so it looks like metal. And I'll try this like this and show you how I can try to get it to work. You just, most artists, you just experiment. You sit there, okay, I did that and it looks bad. So, okay, let me try to see if I can, and I probably should have, I've seen artists like you put like a little paper down so you're not smearing it, because like years ago I used to draw, or all the time, all my years I draw and get my whole side of my hand covered in pencil lead because I'm drawing over top of the paper because I'm a lefty. Righties, I'm not sure how much they get it, but it depends on what they're drawing. If they're drawing from right to left or left to right, I think every penciler does that, but you just learn little techniques to prevent it. So here's this little smear lines, and let's see if I can get little things put on it where it doesn't look, the pencil is coming out too far. Try to get a little shine on there. I might have to darken the background because that helps too. And I'll have to use some more whiteout and everything on it. So when you erase it and everything, it puts that little shine mark there. Get the edges, try to get the points just right. So see how that works. That looks kind of cool there. I don't want, like I said, I don't want it to look bad, so I got to figure out how to make sure the running along the blade there, it looks like it's a blade. So I'll run down the side like this. You have one, you know how you see a knife or something like that where the one side of it looks shaded and the other part of it doesn't. It's lighter just so you can see the blade. Let me see if I can go down the side of it like that and create the blade there. And like I said, this part right here is the shaded part, and the other side is where the light's coming from, so it's got to be the light side. And see, that looks a little better. It depends on how much I want them to glow. Like if I want these to glow more, I can erase this more so on here, so it won't take up too much of the blade. Or it won't be all dark. It's got to be just like when you look at this thing here. So you can see the shine that's on it. I guess the angle that it's at. If the light's coming in from one side of it, and I'm drawing flat blades, rounded. I've seen people draw round claws that really look like pig stickers or whatever you call them. But if the light's coming from this side over here, you might not see anything. And depending on how thick they are, and we've all seen like the Wolverine where they show it slowly coming out of his hand, the blade coming out of his hand, and you see how thick the blade is at the tip. and then it's just thinner, like a knife. So this is really thin. But if the light's coming in from the back side of this, you wouldn't see that. So, but I think, yeah, I'm not